Where am I at, bro? Yeah, got me.
IShowSpeed has built his entire career by doing what almost nobody else is willing to do. He screams louder, runs faster, travels farther, and turns even the smallest moment into complete chaos. But when your audience expects every stream to be crazier than the last, eventually being entertaining isn't enough anymore. Every celebration has to be bigger. Every stunt has to become more dangerous. And every viral moment has to push the limit just a little further. But during one live stream, Speed may have finally pushed that limit too far. It was supposed to be one of the greatest celebrations of his entire career. After years of nonstop streaming, worldwide tours, controversy, and countless viral moments, Speed had reached an unbelievable milestone: 60 million YouTube subscribers. For most creators, reaching a number that massive would mean cutting a cake, thanking the fans, and possibly releasing a special video. But Speed has never celebrated anything normally. Instead, he decided he wanted to fly. Speed attached himself to a massive collection of balloons, hoping they would lift him into the air in front of everyone watching. At first, the stunt looked ridiculous, but almost perfect for him. The balloons began pulling him upward. The people around him watched nervously, and Speed screamed as he slowly left the ground. For a few seconds, it looked like he had actually pulled it off. Then everything went wrong. Without warning, several balloons burst. Speed suddenly dropped from the air and crashed directly onto the objects beneath him. The celebration instantly turned into panic as everyone rushed toward him. Speed stayed down, clearly in pain, while millions of viewers tried to understand what they had just witnessed. This wasn't one of his exaggerated reactions. This wasn't a harmless joke designed to become a meme. Speed had genuinely hurt himself live in front of his audience. And the accident raised a disturbing question. How far is too far when your entire career depends on never slowing down?
Let's go, man!
The answer is simple. Because this wasn't the first time Speed had put himself in serious danger for content. It was just the latest chapter in a pattern that had been getting more extreme every single year. If you've watched Speed for long enough, you know his streams have always been unpredictable. One minute he's laughing with fans, and the next he's attempting something that nobody around him thinks is a good idea. That's exactly what made him one of the fastest growing creators on the internet. People didn't tune in because they knew what was going to happen. They tuned in because they had absolutely no idea. As Speed's popularity exploded across the world, the pressure only grew. Every stream had millions of eyes watching. Every clip was expected to dominate TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and X within hours. The audience always wanted something bigger than the last viral moment. And that's where things became dangerous. Instead of simply reacting to games or talking with his chat, Speed started turning real life into entertainment. He traveled across countries, streamed in massive crowds, attempted risky physical challenges, and constantly put himself into situations that could spiral out of control in seconds.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Sometimes it worked perfectly, creating unforgettable moments that made millions laugh. Other times, things nearly ended in disaster.
Hey, bro, get that away from me, D! Bro, get that away from me, bro! Bro, get it! Bro, why would you do that, bro?
Fans have watched him get chased through crowded streets, surrounded by thousands of people who completely overwhelmed security. There have been moments where he struggled to move because crowds became so massive that people were pushing from every direction.
Oh, shit! Oh.
While these moments looked exciting from behind a screen, they also showed just how quickly a live stream can become impossible to control. Then there were the stunts. Whether it was dangerous flips, climbing onto objects, or attempting outrageous challenges simply because they sounded entertaining in the moment, Speed has developed a reputation for acting first and thinking later. That's part of his personality, and it's also part of what made him famous. But when millions of younger fans are watching every move, those decisions carry a lot more weight than they used to. What makes Speed different from most creators is that almost everything happens live. There are no second takes, no editing out mistakes, no cutting away when something goes wrong. If he makes a bad decision, millions of people experience it in real time alongside him. That's exactly why the balloon accident felt different. For the first time, many fans weren't laughing. They were genuinely worried. Social media quickly filled with clips of the fall from different angles. Some people called the stunt hilarious, while others argued that it showed how far creators are willing to go just to keep raising the bar. Even longtime supporters admitted that watching Speed hit the ground wasn't entertaining. It was hard to watch.
His head is cut. Oh my God.
And maybe that's the biggest problem facing creators today. The internet rewards the biggest reactions, the craziest clips, and the most unbelievable moments. Every time someone goes viral, the next creator feels pressure to do something even more extreme. Eventually, what once seemed impossible starts becoming normal. For Speed, that's become both his greatest strength and possibly his greatest weakness. Ironically, moments like this have become both Speed's biggest strength and his biggest weakness. Think about it. If Speed stayed calm every time someone tried to troll him, people would probably call him boring. But when he reacts exactly the way they expect, those clips instantly dominate the internet. It's a cycle that's incredibly difficult to escape. Every viral reaction attracts more viewers. More viewers attract more trolls. More trolls create even bigger reactions, and the cycle repeats itself over and over again. It's one of the biggest reasons live streaming has changed so much over the last few years. Instead of simply watching creators, many viewers now try to become part of the content themselves, whether it's through donations, chat messages, edited photos, or coordinated trolling. Some viewers aren't just watching anymore. They're actively trying to influence what happens next. For creators like Speed, that's almost impossible to avoid. Every stream has thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, of people watching at the exact same time. Only a handful of those people need to succeed in getting under his skin for the entire internet to have another viral clip. And because Speed wears his emotions on his sleeve, he's one of the easiest creators to read. When he's happy, everyone knows. When he's frustrated, everyone knows. When something genuinely hurts him, everyone knows. That's why so many people continue trying. Because unlike creators who stay completely expressionless, Speed gives real reactions. And real reactions are what audiences remember. Looking back at the stream, it's clear that this wasn't some carefully planned performance. The frustration looked genuine. The stream ending felt genuine. Even fans who normally laugh at Speed's over-the-top personality admitted something about this moment felt different. Some believed he simply reached his breaking point after dealing with non-stop trolling. Others argued he should have ignored it entirely. But regardless of where people stood, almost everyone agreed on one thing. The internet had found another unforgettable Speed moment. What's fascinating is how quickly public opinion can change. One day, people criticize Speed for reacting too much. The next day, those exact reactions are pulling in tens of millions of views across every platform. That's the strange reality of internet culture. The biggest emotional moments often become the biggest entertainment, and creators are rewarded for the exact behavior they're criticized for. It's a contradiction that's nearly impossible to navigate. For Speed, though, this probably won't be the last time something like this happens. His personality hasn't changed. His audience keeps getting bigger. And with a larger audience comes more people looking for their chance to create the next viral moment. Whether that's fair or not, it's become part of being one of the biggest streamers on the planet. The real question isn't whether Speed will crash out again. The real question is whether the internet will ever stop rewarding those moments. Because every viral clip encourages someone else to try creating the next one. And until that changes, creators like IShowSpeed will continue walking the fine line between entertaining millions of fans and becoming the internet's biggest headline overnight.